Good morning, day traders, and welcome to Market Minute, a hedge fund trader's technical analysis of the stock market for March 8th, 2022. Let's get after it. So SPY, right? Not really gapping down, not really gapping up here. We kind of have a little bit of a nervous market after yesterday's high volume selling day, right? Full body bearish candle, full volume, right? Definitely looks like there's a lot of momentum here to the downside. Pretty much impossible for us to play bullish reversals here today. We've got too much bearish strength, so we're looking for breakdowns under this 419 area, and that's going to move $1 at a time. Our resistance here kind of steps in around this kind of end of May, early June 2021. We need to make sure we're looking out to the left here to make sure we're not missing any levels. Under this 419, like I said, we move about $1 at a time towards that 415 zone. QQQ, right? Very similar story. We need to look out far to the left here, right? Mid-May, early June 2021, kind of our areas of resistance. If we can break down under this 323.70, right, after that full body increasing daily volume, we think we start to have room towards, say, that 322, 320, right, 316 areas. You know, if we can really start to flush, then yeah, that 316 should come pretty quick, right, which is sort of this low of day here, and that could hopefully give us a little bit of follow through. Need to be a little bit patient here though, right? European markets bouncing a bunch, so we don't want to chase this too much, and we want to wait for some of those maybe longer time frames to give us confirmation before we chase this thing down. Apple, right, hanging out at a very interesting point of confluence here, right? We've been talking about this 159 area, right? It's like 159.70, I think we were talking about kind of all week. Now we're kind of below that, right? We've lost that, not really gapping up, not really gapping down. So no real story to be told here pre-market. If this thing can break down, right, and give us that big full body flush, then we've lost trend line, we've lost key psych zone, right, and we've lost an area where we've seen a decent shelf be supported before. Now, there's a few half levels on this Apple, right? Maybe we need to wait for that 157 to break, which is kind of this next point on the trend line, right? So if we can lose that, then it starts to maybe become a slightly larger range for us to trade. Start to move maybe $2 at a time instead of maybe moving, 50 cents, $1.25, right? Start to have a little bit more of a realistic chance for that good risk reward. Tesla, right? Really similar story here. Maybe not the strongest volume profile, at least compared to, say, SPY, QQQ, and Apple, right? So Tesla, kind of a disappointing volume standard compared to those three names, but still relatively strong, right? Big rejection here still off that 900 area, and now looks like it wants to lose this 800 mark. Not really gapping down, not really gapping up here this morning, so it still keeps either narrative in play, right? We can maybe look for bullish reversals here. This might be the easiest standard for us to get that bounce off of, right? Because yesterday's volume just isn't fantastic, but I'm not going to be super aggressive here, and my bias is still going to be to the downside. If we can lose that 800 mark, then it starts to move like $8, $9 at a time until that 780 area breaks. Once that happens, then we can get that really big risk reward and then push this thing down towards those 760s. Under 760, this thing could really start to flush, and we could get a really big overreaction down towards that 700 mark. And then last but not least here is Microsoft. So Microsoft, right, big rejection off of this upper trend line, call it that 305 area, right? 3 red soldiers break down here, and then really good increasing full body volume to the downside here now today. If this thing can break down under that 278.50, we've got a lot of room down, right? Like $2.50, dollar, and then another $3 right before this thing kind of runs out of steam. Biggest concern though here with Microsoft is that recently its option volume has not been very satisfactory, right? We're not getting that 2K option volume in these contracts, and that's keeping that spread really inconsistent and keeping us out of the play. So if that option volume can step in and be really big to the downside, then we're gonna have a really good look at that follow through down towards that 270 mark. So that's how I plan on dominating today's action. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow for the next Market Minute.